Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. After posting last night, I had a couple people asking me about the Crain 673 woodcutter and about putting it into action. They wanted to see how it did. So right here, I'm off work now for the first time in a long time before dark. So it's been, I think, about 3 weeks since I've been able to get home before dark, so I'm finally got a chance to do something here. So I got what I got here. I got let me turn it around. I got average regular 7-inch piece of laminate. I got a 12-inch piece of laminate. I've got some vinyl plank. How's it going, T60? And right here I have got a 1/2-inch plywood, which is going to represent an engineered wood, and we'll cut the products and then we'll see how they look, and then I'll tell you the only flaw that I have found in this product here at the end after I do this right here. That way you can have some kind of idea for yourself there. So let me set this up here so we can cut. Finally home before dark. Yeah, I hear you. Proceeds to laugh. I hear you. Oh, mercy. Okay, so I want to put this here where it can be seen. Okay, so again, this is, let me get this good. This is 7-inch, I think. Let me get a tape measure. Okay, so this laminate is 7.5 inches. And we're gonna make a cut with it. First, I have not cut any laminate, any wood, or anything. I've only used this tool one time, and that was with the LVP job that I just did that was clicked together. I'm still feeling pretty rough. I've drank 4 packs of Theraflu today. Whoever just asked that, I just barely got a glimpse of it. Anyway, let's cut this and see how it does on the laminate. Okay, let's check this cutout. Look at that. That is extremely nice and clean. Look at that. That I am super surprised with that. I thought it might do some chipping or something on that, but that's awesome. Look at that cut right there. That is really good and clean. Let's go to I'm gonna check this other piece because, okay, so this is the piece that it spit out, and this is tapered at a little bit. Let me get that right. So this bottom part actually sticks out further than the top. I told you guys I had one of these before, and it actually worked in reverse. The piece that I kept, it left this tapered edge on the piece that I kept that was on this side. However, this one bevels it away, so the piece that I'm not using is the one that has that taper on it. That was the whole reason why I took my last one back. So that's awesome. Let's go. This is a 12-inch, and I guess it ain't. It must be it's 13 inches. It's barely over 13 inches with the tongue, so I'm not able to get that in there. However, what I will do, this is a 13-inch cutter. So what I'll do, I will take and I'll cut me a piece of this, 12 inches, and then I'll stick it in there and see how it does. Okay, now this is going to pretty much take care of the whole piece right here. I got like 1 inch extra from the edge here to my spring here. So if you can see that. So let's go with this. This is going to be a nice wide cut, say as if I was doing a 12-inch tile, just like I tried to do there. However, that was 13 inches. So let's check this cut out and see how it does on the full width of the cutter. Okay, that was a little bit rough. However, it's still, look at that cut, is perfectly smooth. And I tell you what, even though you did have to bow up on it a little bit, I would rather do that than get up and run to a saw any day. Okay, same thing again. Really, really nice and clean. This thing does awesome. I'm super thrilled with it. Okay, unfortunately, I threw all of my LVP scraps away that I had from a job. So this is a 2 mil glue down product, which is not going to hardly be nothing for this cutter. So what I'll do, I'll cut a 12-inch piece again, and then I'll put a 12-inch piece in there, and we'll see. Oh my goodness, you couldn't even hardly feel that in there. That thing cut like butter. You could not even hardly feel it cut at all. Look at the edge of that. Perfect. Perfect. Really smooth. And it did that good. These cuts that I was cutting on that LVT click that I just did yesterday or the day before or whatever, them cuts where I was cutting it it was just like these factory edges right here. It was super clean. So let's take this in there. Now this is a 12-inch piece, and let's see how it cuts lengthways of the plank. Okay, that was still super easy right there. Let's do it again. We'll look at that, then I'll do it again. That is like, look, you can see just little bitty scrapes on the side of that, I think. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate it, buddy. So there's just very little bitty scrapes on the edges of this right here. That is on the not on the wear layer. The wear layer is completely slick as anything. How are the feet? Is it safe on the floor? Yeah, it is. I've actually been a little hesitant about that because I am super anal about sliding anything on a solid surface floor, and I still have been a little hesitant about sliding this myself. I'll show you what it looks like here on the bottom. So let me turn this around and I'll show you the bottom real quick. So this right here, this is a piece of plastic. So see that right there? I've slid it myself and looked and slid it and looked and slid it and looked, which I'm not a fan of sliding anything on a solid surface. So every time I did, I would or just slide it around on the room. Carpet sample. Yeah, that's a great idea, carpet man. So every time I did slide it, I did look. So this is a hard piece of plastic here, and this right here has rubber feet on this end right here. I'm getting it dirty from being out here. The wheels right there, they're kind of like, I don't know if I'm just not used to it or not, but I feel like those should be the other way, and I'll explain that in just a minute. I can kind of see why it would be that way. Say if you're running up the wall, you would want to slide it sideways if you worked that way, but I'll show you how I feel. It should be in just a second. I might be thinking wrong or something. Anyway, let's turn around here and we will look at the plywood. So this is going to represent a 1/2-inch engineered glue down hardwood floor. We'll see how it does on this. Okay, that was just like butter. That was really easy too. Look at that cut right there. That looks like you ripped it with a table saw or something. Let's do that again. Okay, I'm gonna take and cut 12 inches, just like I did a while ago, and we're gonna cut the width off of that. That might be a little rough. I don't know. I don't think you'd ever be installing a 12-inch engineered floor, but we're gonna see how it does anyway, just for the sake of using this tool here. So this is a 12-inch, 1/2-inch piece of plywood, which would represent a engineered flooring. Okay, that was a little rough. That was kind of hard to push down, but it is definitely a smooth cut. I tell you what, that is a really good blade on there. I was kind of iffy on that about putting too much pressure on that handle, but it did good. It held up really well. This is that is like super easy right there, and it cuts really good. And the same thing with the laminate. So now the thing that I feel, oh, okay, so let me turn this around here. Excuse me for 1 second. So we'll say that this right here, this garage door is the wall that I'm working up to. I'm gonna turn that down so you can see it right there. So if I am laying So if I'm laying my planks this direction right here, I don't know about, see how this is? I feel like this is how it's comfortable for me to use this, as if I could sit it right in here. I'm working on this wall, clicking it in here, and then I'm going to reach over and make my cut. That's why I feel like these wheels on the bottom right here should be this direction instead of this direction. However, it makes it to where you have to use the machine like this, then you can pick it up and roll it over like that. So it is kind of convenient that direction if you did use it like that. Let me pull this up here. So you see the wheels on the back, so you can pick it up and roll it right there where you want it. Cut it, put your board in, pick it up and roll it. After you do 3 or 4 cuts, cut it, pick it up and roll it and stuff like that. However, I like to use this like this. It's just more convenient. You don't have to completely switch your body all the way around over here in order to make your cut. You can just do it right here, which is a lot better. So I would rather it go forward rather than side to side. Now, I didn't even think about that a while ago whenever I said a flaw. It ain't necessarily a flaw, but this did affect me quite a bit. Yeah, it is an awesome tool, Wayne, for sure. The wheels should be like a VCT tile cutter, so it can roll any direction. That's awesome. Good thinking. Yeah, it is a beast, and it's awesome. I tell you what, the effort that takes to cut a product, LVT or anything like that. How about solid wood? You know what? I got a solid piece of transition in here. Let's see what we got here, and I'll test that out. I kind of didn't want to because I was kind of scared. We gotta see here. This is solid oak right here. Do you recommend it? I absolutely recommend it. I would absolutely recommend it. It beats scoring and snapping any day of the week, any day. Okay, so somebody said, what about solid flooring? I'll put a tape measure on this and let's see what happens. I'll see how thick this is and then we'll see if it cuts. So this is an oak transition piece and it's a 1/2 inch oak, okay? Did y'all see that? Let me do that a little bit slower there. See that? 1/2 inch solid oak transition piece. Let's see how it cuts, or if it even cuts. Wayne from Smart Floors said no. This is not going to be fair if it breaks that, because this is the highest point on the transition piece. So if it breaks that, that's kind of expected since this does taper up. What we want to do is see, once it gets beyond that, if it cuts a fairly clean cut, then I think it's a win. That's just me, because testing this on a solid oak flooring is pretty awesome. So let's see how it does. Okay, just as I thought. Look at that. So it did break the lip. It did break the lip off that, just like I thought. But look at the cut. Look at that end cut. That looks like it came out of a miter saw. You can't beat that. That's a 1/2 inch solid oak. Let's do it again. That was awesome. I'm gonna get that camera. Look at that. I'm gonna get this. There you go. Good idea, Wayne. I'm gonna get this where you guys can see it crunch down through there. That's pretty awesome. Let me get this. I want you guys to see it crunch down through there. There you go. Now you'll be able to see the actual blade go right through there. So, genius. Wayne from Smart Floors recommended that I turn it over, so let's see how it does. Oh, snap. This is gonna be in the way of my handle. Let me scoot it over some. Okay, still gonna be in my way. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get that. Okay, there you go. That was already starting to stick. You ready? Here it goes. Watch it dig. Look at that. You ain't even hear a crack, a pop, or nothing yet, and it's almost all the way through. Look at that. Look at that snap. I was doing that slow so you guys could see it. Okay, so this was on the bottom, so you can see what it did to the bottom. It did not cut it as clean. However, the top, which is actually the bottom now, is clean as a whistle. So bends that was on the bottom, it did have some tear out like you would get on the bottom side of a table saw or something. So I got another trim piece in there that's even thicker. I was scared to do it. Let's check it out. Let's see if we got, I think this is a 3/4. Let's, yeah, this is a 3/4 reducer that I modified for a job. So let's check it out, see what it does. This is awesome. Okay, so you guys can see right there. Let me get this tape measure on this so you guys can see how thick this is. So the thickest point of this transition piece, you see that? It's 3/4 inch oak right there, okay? And because of the way I had to modify this for that particular job that I did, I don't think we're gonna have break off right here because I actually ripped that on my table saw, and it was a groove right here. I actually cut the groove off and all that kind of stuff like that. Is cutting 3/4 inch oak. We're fixing to find out, Cody. Right here it goes. Look, look, that's what it says. Look right here. Up to 3/4 inch plank. Now, whether they are talking about engineered wood or what, I don't know, but we're putting it to the test on some 3/4 inch oak. Let's see how it does. Here it goes. Watch it cut right through. Here it goes. Look at it slide. Look at it. Look at that. Look at that. That was awesome. Okay, again, on the bottom, a little bit of tear out, just like if it was a table saw. Look at the top of that, though. That is clean, man. Only thing is right there on the bottom, which is expected. But I just noticed something I want to show you guys right here. And I'm going to do this again. That was awesome. This is 3/4 inch, and I'm just doing it slow. I am just doing it slow, just so you guys can see it, okay? It's actually cutting pretty good. I think that the 12-inch laminate cut harder than that did. Look at that edge right there. That is awesome. You want me to do it fast? All right, here you go. Same thing, we did have just a little bit of tear out, and I want to show you guys something, what I just noticed on this. It is, look at that. If you can see that already, this blade is already chipped up. Can you guys see that? Look right there, you got something behind it. Now can you, oh, you can't see it like that. Let me turn this around. This came just from doing this. The vinyl plank I did not do that. So it was one of these, I don't know if it was the laminate. I'm sure it was, told you. I'm sure it was the, I can't get a good view on it. Let me stand it up or something. Okay, there you go. Now you can see it. So look at the blade right there. This came from chopping it away at that hardwood. So it did not hold up. I gotta say, I want to be all fair game about everything. The rest of the blade looks really good, except for right down here where I was cutting through those short pieces of oak, which, I mean, I got it in defense. I don't think this is made for solid wood, but at the same time, I don't think you'd have that issue on a, say, if you was just doing, hold on. If a person was just cutting engineered wood or something like that, I don't think you'd have an issue. I ain't had a chance to use this a whole lot yet. I've only used it on one job. That's only for laminate, yeah. So anyway, the thing that I said, which it ain't necessarily a flaw. Can you flip the blade? You know what? You probably could, but then it would have the bevel. I think it would be, yeah, it's definitely a good tool all in all. So I think the bevel on the blade right there, Max, I think is who asked that. So, oh snap, let me turn this around. So the bevel right here on the blade, I'm sure you could flip it, but the bevel on the blade, remember that first piece of laminate I cut? Let me get that again. So the bevel on this piece of laminate, see that right there? is from the bevel on the blade, if I'm not mistaken. And if I turn the blade around, that would put this bevel on the laminate, on the piece of laminate that I would be putting on the floor. So I don't know that I'd want to do that. However, this tool did come, this blade did come with a sharpening stone. So I'm not very good at stuff like that. I've never been good at sharpening knives or anything like that. I usually just buy new blades on whatever I'm using. So anyway, the thing that has messed me up on this a handful of times and has me to go a little slower, causes me to slow down and stuff like that when I'm using it, and I got a remedy for it. But anyway, like I said, this is the first job. But look right here. Let me show you this. Let me turn this around. I want to point this out. Let me get this set up here. Okay, I'm gonna turn this around. Okay, so you see the shadow right here. See the shadow? It don't matter where you are. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so it don't matter any part of the room you're in. Yeah, overall it's a good tool for sure. I don't know who just said that. I just caught a glimpse of it. But anyway, looky here. So if you can see that shadow, see that on your mark there, that had me thinking so many times, and it moves. So I would get my tool there, I would get my board there and start to clench it down. I'm getting used to it. That's why I was able to do it there now. But so many times it would be back behind it like that right there, and I'd have to maneuver my board around in and out until it hits my mark. So I still have to do that. But anyway, that to me is the only thing that could be improved on. So that way you can see your mark better. This little lip right here causes a shadow to be cast right down there on your mark, which is kind of deceiving where your blade is going to come down on your mark. I think that is the only thing that could be improved on. And as a matter of fact, excuse me, my voice is still jacked up from being sick. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys what I got going on here. So this is what I want to do to take care of that. I've got an 8-inch LED light. See that? Really nice and bright. See that? And look right here. I bought this little toggle switch. Boom, right there. Bullet Tools is making a light kit for their cutters. Should work on this. That's cool. That's cool. We were thinking right along the same lines. So what I was thinking about doing, this is an 8-inch LED light, and I am going to mount it right underneath this lip right here. It's got the sticky on the back. I'm going to mount it right there, and I'll have the wire come right here on this end, and I'm going to mount my toggle switch. Sorry. It's going to come right underneath it here. I'm going to drill in this plastic right here and have my toggle switch coming out right there, which it'll just be that little bit will be all that's sticking out. So I'll just flip it right there, turn it on and off. This has got a little battery pack, if I ain't mistaken, right there. I just bought this stuff, and I ain't never bought one of these before. So that's a little battery pack, and I'm thinking that this thing has plenty of room. See all that room underneath there? That little battery pack could easily be mounted on the side right there, on that part right there. Oops, I'm sorry. On the side right here, or on the back part right there with some 3M tape, and be able to change your batteries out real easy with some AAAs or AA's or whatever you'd have. Anyway, so that's the thought, to eliminate the shadow from the light. Look right there. See that? That is so deceiving. Wow, I've done that again. That's amazing. Is it made in the USA? That is a good question. Let me set this camera down here so I can quit moving so much. And I'm going to see. I don't know if Crain tools are made in the USA or not. I think they are. Does anybody know if Crain is is made in the USA. I don't see any kind of stamp on it that says, so I don't know about that. Dang, I had something come in my mind there and then I forgot. Oh yeah, so this tool is $385 on Tools for Floors. Excuse me, sweating out my Theraflu. Anyway, I don't know what else to do on that. Oh yeah, so also I think I showed this whenever I first opened it. This thing right here has an adjustment like a stretcher pole. Whoa. So this handle can be pushed and slid out to the next hole to make your handle longer, give you more leverage. However, just on LVP, using it short is plenty good enough because the stuff cuts like butter. $4.15 on Amazon. Yes, Crain is an American brand. Okay, cool. Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate it. So, I don't know what else to do with this thing. I pretty much covered everything that it does and don't do, and the yays and nays about it. I'm kind of disappointed about the blade there. But it is what it is, I guess. Just not real happy with the way that got chipped up right there. I didn't expect that, to be honest with you. But either way, I mean, cutting 3/4 inch, no dust or nothing like that. There it went. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. A decent small table saw. Yeah. I've lagged table saw around for years. So that was the purpose of getting something like this, so I don't have to get up and down, up and down, up and down. I can sit right there in the room and work. That was the whole purpose of this, and it definitely served its purpose. This thing did an absolute awesome job. So I think I'm about done. I think you maxed out your capacity of the tool. Yeah, I probably did on the cutting that oak right there. The blade chipped out a little bit. So anyway, all those cuts are nice and clean, even though it did chip out the blade. I mean, look at that cut right there. That's absolutely amazing. You need some rest, my friend. Thank you, Wayne. I appreciate that. I do. We got a little carnival here in town. You can see these bevel out on the back side of these two. These are the pieces that come out of the back side of the cutter, and they are beveled just like the other side on this laminate was. So it cut it, but I mean, we had a little bit of blade damage and stuff like that, but that's okay. So either way, the tool done good. It cut 3/4 inch oak, it cut laminate, it cut LVP, it cut engineered plywood, or engineered wood, so to speak, the 1/2 inch plywood. So I think it done everything that it definitely is supposed to do. I just kind of pushed it to the test there to see how much that it would hold up, and I'm happy with it. Let's see if it's still going to cut this LVP really nice with that chewed up part on the blade. Let's check it out. So I'm going to put this right here and scoot it over and see if it boogers that up any at all. Okay, so that's still cut like butter, and look at that. So it didn't cut it clean right there. So I'm gonna have to sharpen that blade up or something. Look at that. See that right there? It's not near as clean as it was. Let me come over here on this other side. I'm gonna come on the other side where it's not chewed up. Sorry, I should probably put this down. Okay, you see that? It already fell off the back. So look at that, is super clean right there. This is with the part that's not chewed up of the blade. This is the part with the, come on, focus. This is the part with the chewed up blade. You can see the difference right there and right there, nice and clean, and then with the chewed up blade. So that did do a little bit of damage to it. Either way, it's all good. I pushed it to the max, but it done good. It held up for what it's supposed to do, and it definitely sure beats scoring and snapping all of those cuts. I just did 1,700 and something feet, and I would have to cut all of them by hand, scoring and snapping. That was definitely much easier, much faster. And rather than putting a framing square on there and pulling back, you got to bear down pretty good on your knife. So just the grip, you guys know whenever you're gripping all day long, your knife and stuff like that, your hands get jacked up. So doing that all day long, scoring and snapping, definitely get your hand hurt, and sometimes you got to prise your hand open in the mornings and stuff. You guys, I'm sure, know what I'm talking about. So that tool right there is definitely a lifesaver, and something I want to show you. I'm psyched up about this, you guys. it really ain't flooring, but I want to show you something. Look at that. This is a piece of black walnut my father-in-law cut. How many days did it take you on that 1,700 feet? Was it a cut up job? No, it was a really nice wide open, and I also had about 260 something yards of carpet with a set of steps, and the room of LVP. I did my last live stream. Just go check it out and you can see exactly what it was. I just did a live stream there at like 1 o'clock this morning whenever I finished it up. But anyway, I want to point this out again real quick. This right here is some huge chunks of black walnut. See that slab? I got some nice little slabs there I can able to do something with. I got some awesome black walnut right here and right here, right here. And I'm super psyched up about this to do something in my shop. This stuff is outrageous. Whenever I was in Arizona to go by, smash that thumbs up, everyone. Yes, thank you, Tim. I appreciate it. Yes, please do smash that thumbs up. You guys leave some comments down there in the comment section too. That definitely gets a hold of YouTube's eyes, I guess, and it helps them. If they get a lot of comments and a lot of likes, then they promote the video a little bit more. So just what about this cutter right here? You guys just answer that. Do you guys have one? If you do, how do you like it? I'm sure everybody that has one is going to like it. Anyway, I've been working so much, I'm kind of disappointed about this right here. I ain't got to do nothing. I'm still just sitting there on this. I've got all my stuff back there and everything like that, but I've not been able to do anything else to this because I've just been covered up, and I hate to see it set because I really want to get this done and get going. As a matter of fact, I just went and bought, this is going to have a rustic theme. So the first 4 feet of this is going to be a porch, and then the house is going to actually start, and it's going to go all the way back past my table saw back there. The actual house is going to be a 13 by 24 because this is, I'm making it a 13 by 28 and a 4-foot porch. So it's going to be a rustic style theme, the front of it, and that's where I plan to start all my videos out, is setting on the rustic porch. I'll start my videos there, and you can see I got all my, I went and tore down part of an old barn the other day at a friend of ours. So this original 2x6 right here will be the front of the porch. I got all of this old barn wood right here, which is about the right length. They're going to be my porch floorboard. And I got a whole mess of antiques from my father-in-law that I'm going to decorate the front porch with. Just joined. Are you building all that just to make videos on? Yeah, it's going to be a studio is what I'm building here for. That way I can create any kind of circumstances that I want to. I'm going to build some sets of steps. I have multiple sets of steps, and I'm up for suggestions on this because I don't want to have one single layout in this house. I want to be able to move my, obviously the exterior walls will be stationary and stuff like that, but I'm kind of thinking about just making like 2-foot and 4-foot sections. Making my walls in like 2-foot and 4-foot sections. That way I can maneuver them around and place them and rearrange the interior of the house and make room sizes different. I can make a big master bedroom and a couple bedrooms on the side of a hallway or something like that. And then I could just simply unscrew the walls from the interior and make a big kitchen. I can rearrange them to make different shaped kitchens and stuff like that, because I want to be able to create any circumstance that would happen on a real job, any kind of floor plan, any kind of floor layout or anything. That's the whole purpose of this. I want to be able to create any circumstances that a person would come across on a job. I want to be able to put right here in this model home, if you will, my studio, and bring it to life and hit all the topics, any kind of topic that you could come across with stairs or anything like that. A lot of people has asked me about pattern matching stairs and stuff like that. There's issues matching it up at the top of your step and stuff like that. I want to cover all of that stuff whenever I get here and get all of this stuff set up. I got tons and tons and tons and tons of ideas to do once I get this done. So this is really holding me back. So anyway, I'm psyched. That's ambitious. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, I'm psyched up too. I was thinking about this before I even moved here. From Arizona, and it's just taking longer. I got to get more time off of work so I can spend more time working on this. So that's the whole issue. It's slowing me up. Is work. I gotta work to obviously afford to live, but at the same time I gotta get this done. So anyway, I just gotta manage my time better so I can get all the important stuff done and stuff like that. But anyway, I've been on here for a bit now, 36 minutes, so I'm gonna get off here. I was gonna say a while ago, we got a little carnival in town. We got the grandkids, so we're gonna take the grandkids and see, thank you, T60, I appreciate it, and see, or go to the carnival. So I'm going to show you guys something real fast. I got something in here, and if you guys want a tour of it, let me know, and I'll do it on my camera. I won't be able to do it with this because I'll lose reception, but I want to turn it around and check this out. Okay, I'll show you the outside first. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in this. So these are shipping containers that have been modified and stuff like that. Inside here is straight up raw shipping containers. Look, let me show you inside here. So if you see inside there, see that's a shipping container inside there. However, they got windows and stuff like that. And they're all did up. They got carpet in them and stuff like that. The people that lived here previously, these were made into classrooms where the lady homeschooled her kids inside here. So that's why those two are fixed up. These over here are not, but they're just like, they got shelves and stuff in it right over here. But anyway, we're gonna walk inside this way in there, and then I want to show you right underneath there is something that is pretty cool. And if you guys, like I said, if you guys want to see it, let me know, and I'll do a little tour of this on my regular camera, because it's going to be too dark. Anyway, right over there is a trap door. It goes down 2 flights of steps and then goes underneath of my shop right over there that you guys seen. It's an underground bunker with shelves and stuff like that in it. It's pretty cool. It's actually made out of the great big gas tanks that go in the ground that hold the gas at the gas stations and stuff. So one of them is standing straight up and down like a cylinder, and that's what the ladders go down. And then the other one is long ways like this, and then that's the room down there. So if you guys want to see that, let me know, and I'll do a little tour thing on that. It won't take long to do that on my camera, so we can get it if you want. But anyway, we're going to go to the carnival. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Jared Hawkins, thank you, buddy. Appreciate the super chat again. Okay, I'll get that on there, and I'll title it something about the underground bunker or something like that, so you guys can see it. It's kind of cool. I thought it was kind of cool anyway. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to get off here, go drink something soothing.